Runway 17 right bridge.
Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Convoy 3514, give way to 1 at 142.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be on this big blue marble. It's Walt, back with you once again, here from the friendly confines of DFW Founders Plaza. And we've got another 3 hours of aviation stuff for you today. It is, according to my sources, 8:01 p.m. in Seoul, just after noon in London, 4:31 p.m. in Mumbai, 9:02 p.m. in Sydney, and here in Dallas-Fort Worth at 6:02 a.m. on a really pleasant midsummer morning on Thursday, July 27th, 2023. So, hope you've got your coffee or your snacks or popcorn or whatever ready for whatever may come here on this edition of Runway DFW.
In the morning.
Now, we are looking at over there, not one. As you see there's an MD-11 and not two MD-11s. Let's see if we can get the other ones in the shot for you here. Well, this camera's kind of dark, but we've got 4 tri-jets all together here. I've never seen this many tri-jets here. I'm sure they've been here before on different occasions, but I've never seen this many. Two of which, I think two of them came in as we were getting ready for the broadcast today. So hopefully, I think we'll probably see at least one of these guys, or gals, as you may name aircraft, blast off into the skies for us. So fingers crossed, we'll see that going for us today on Runway DFW. Once again, it's quiet. We were here on Monday, and that was probably a mistake, because Monday was a very quiet morning here at the airport. Did that camera go out of focus on us? So let's look at the sky again. Just as we had on Monday, there are, I don't see any clouds in the sky. Our first arrival of the day is going to be American Eagle Flight 3813 from Wichita Falls, the number 175, and right behind that it's going to be an A300 of UPS, from UPS. So we've got some activity here in our first hour of the broadcast. Let's see if we can bring you over here. Gotta unstiffen this tripod a little bit.
DFW ground, runway 18 last taxi.
Aviation Videos is checking in from Melbourne, Australia. Let's see if I can punch up that message here before we get that A300 coming in.
Envoy 3813 left at the high speed at Whiskey Lima. Cross runway 18 last taxi.
So Aviation Videos, a member for 2 months now, and thank you for your membership. That helps keep us on the air and going. And let's see where that A300 is. It's about 30 seconds away. The UPS flight is coming in from Houston Intercontinental Airport. It's a 21-year-old aircraft. Kind of loosening up my tripod here. Not the one you're currently watching, but the one I am going to shoot this A300 with. Hey, we've got something exciting coming up for you Monday and Tuesday here on the channel. We'll talk about it more as we go on, but I'm not going to tell you too much about it other than to say, and you may have seen our posters for the 2 programs coming up, a new view. Something we can't see from this location here at Founders Plaza. So I'm pretty excited about it. Hope you'll like it. Hope you'll check it out. We've got a tentative start time of 7 o'clock on Monday, but I've made arrangements to start earlier, so that's probably going to change. Where's that plane? Oh, here, it's coming over the highway now. Here we go. Well, that doesn't look like a plane, does it? Looks a little more like it.
Martech 666, traffic 3 out of Whiskey Foxtrot, cross runway 18 right.
Now I hear a little putt-putt plane, and
UPS 9775 heavy right.
by that I mean a propeller-driven aircraft. Oh, there it is.
Kilo Charlie parking UPS 9775.
I'm not close to my flight radar screen right now, so I can't tell you what that is. Not being too adept at identifying these smaller aircraft. We can get over there.
Martech 666.
That is Martin Air Flight 666 or A666 going to Abilene. It's a Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master.
1995.
And we salute the Super Cargo Master for being a plane of the 21st century, or the 20th century, I should say.
Martech 666, turn right, heading 240, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
There's an American Eagle.
Frontier 2711, DFW Tower,
Embraer
runway
175.
underway.
5 Boyd 18 left, French flight 27 left.
Not in a position to tell you where that one came from at the moment. So we know where the Martin Air is going. We know it's going to Abilene, Texas.
Envoy 3885, full short of runway 18 left, head Gulf 8.
On Gulf 8, show for 18 left, Envoy 3885.
Here comes that A300 that we saw landing a moment or two ago. Founders Plaza is immediately adjacent to the UPS cargo facility. And right now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes, so this will be number 7.
Martech 666, contact the park today.
Quick push 2, we'll see you.
Frontier 2711, RNAV to speed park runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV B bar, clear takeoff, no left, French flight 27 left.
As soon as we get through this little rush here, I'll begin to look through your messages. What?
Martech 2955, DFW ground. Lima on the assault toter. 300180 right now on the runway 17 right bridge. Envoy 3885 at Gulf 8 cross, runway 18 left, taxi Gulf to around 2.1 Boeing 737, green right on Gulf.
Okay, on Gulf 8, cross 18 left, Gulf to around, Gulf giveaway, 273 on Gulf.
Looks like it's going way back there.
Frontier 2711, contact park today.
Park 2 there, flight 27 left.
Emma, your just checks in, says, "Hey Walt, how's it going?" And it is a very pleasant morning here. I have no complaints whatsoever. Channel member Kyle on the internet says, gotta love the A300. Josh Aldrich, also a member of Runway DFW, says, good morning, everyone. Aviation Mike, a channel member, says, hello all, I'm back from Italy and Croatia. Well, I bet you got some stories to tell. So I'm going backwards in time now, so if I haven't acknowledged your message yet, I'm still looking for it.
Runway 18 right, clear to land.
Cafe Spotter, a channel member. Good morning to Kafen Monson and Runway DFW Walt. That's me. Douglas Serrano says, good morning, Walt, mods and all. I was in Orlando, Florida for a week and then spent the next week with my dad. And my birthday was 2 weeks ago, so happy birthday, Douglas. A belated happy birthday. Wendy, KLM fan, checking in from the lowlands of the Netherlands. Good afternoon, Runway DFW, and pleasant good afternoon to you. Brian Henry, channel member. Good morning, Thursday. Good Thursday morning, Walt. Ryan Paulding says, good morning, Walt. Looking forward to next week's shows from different locations. Well, it's one location, but 2 shows. Channel member James Tokini says, good morning, Walt and company. You may have answered this already, but what is the new location you are going to next week? Well, see, that is something that... just going to keep that a secret. To build up some, I don't know, to make it seem more, I just want you guys to tune in. Well, that was my elbow hitting the camera, tripod. That wasn't an earthquake. We don't have those in Texas. Well, we have had those in Texas, but say, going back in time here, I'm still going through the messages.
55, hold short of taxiway, Yankee for me, please.
And I think we did this one already, Aviation Videos, a channel member, celebrating 2 months of membership from watching from Melbourne.
Who's at 124?
Nova Rain, I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before, but Nova, welcome. If you're new, happy plane watching.
2955, would you like
Channel member and moderator Bill Platt says, looks like they got the memo. Today's the annual Tri-Jets and Coffee meetup.
Okay, just gotta wait for one little bridge and I'll get going.
We like our Tri-Jets here. And Kyle on the internet, a member of the channel, says, wow, that's a lot of MD-11s. Bill with another message, Walt, South Jersey will feel like Texas a bit today. High of 96 and it'll feel like 106. Yeah, I bet you got some humidity there in Jersey too. Victor Diaz Guerra says good morning. And let's see. And Bobby Wong was actually the first in the chat today saying good morning, Walt, and everyone stay cool out there and be safe. We shall endeavor to do just that. As we try out our primary camera here for the first time today, that's American Flight 2342 arriving from San Antonio, Texas on an Airbus A320.
American 116 Heavy DFW Tower runway 18 right, clear to land 1180 at 8.
I believe I heard some discussion of a heavy coming in. That would be American Flight 116. We will say aloha to that from Maui,
Spirit Wings 268,
787
DFW ground, runway 18 left, taxi via Gulf with
9. We'll be here in a couple of minutes. Okay, let me clear back the messages. Ryan says, so Walt, you now have what, 5 cameras now with the elbow cam?
We're parked west side.
We do technically have 5 cameras today.
Cross 18 left, Whiskey Lima, American 2342.
We've got that one. That's the A camera, that's the B camera, there's the C camera, there's the D camera, and there's the seldom used E camera. So MJ Scanlon is identifying, I think this plane, I can't tell. So, 2UP. Looking at that, let's see here.
American 294, DFW ground, runway 18 left, taxi to Gulf with
That's 294 UP. So he was looking. We've got. It's just. I wish I had a wide enough lens. Well, later. Let's see if we can do that.
American 294, DFW runway 18 left, taxi to Gulf with Golf and Lima current altimeter.
It's getting bright enough that I can.
3000.
Okay, there you go. Let's see here.
American 2965, continue for.
I'm trying to get all these 4 MDs in one shot, and there you are. There's 1 on the left, the far left, and then 3 to the right of center.
Sun Country 515, runway 18 left, taxi via Gulf, Whiskey Golf.
So I imagine this is a common sight there in Louisville at the UPS Worldport, but I just haven't seen it here before. Usually we have a mix of like a 1747 and a couple of MDs. I think the most MDs I've seen here before was 3.
Brewing 268, DFW, Tower ready.
There is a spiritual aircraft.
Brewing 268 on at the layer on runway 18
Flight 268 is going to Las Vegas, but we're going to check in to show you the Dreamy liner coming in from Maui. I believe I hear it now. Our next arrival on runway DFW for this Thursday morning. Dump truck. So in addition to this flight from Hawaii, we should also be seeing the morning flight from Honolulu as well. Sometimes they're
heavy at Whiskey Lima cross runway 18 left.
Sometimes they arrive here almost in tandem, and sometimes there is some separation. American 962, a 7879 Dreamliner from Sao Paulo, is about 9 minutes away. It often comes in on this side of the airport, but it's circling around on the east side, so I don't know if we'll see it land over here this AM. Just notice the crickets. Jeff Ricky says, good morning to all. Hello, Jeff. Aviation Mike, our channel member, says, refers to the Dreamliner as the Plastic Princess. Kelly Weingart says, good morning, Walt. Good morning to you, Kelly. Well, Ryan's really keeping track here. Ryan says it's 6 degrees warmer than the start of Monday's show. I don't even think of things like that. There's a very nice breeze this morning, and 81 doesn't sound, it's not too bad, really. If you come from a more temperate climate, it might sound pretty warm. And of course, that's in Fahrenheit. This is an Airbus A321. It will be taking its passengers to Los Angeles, California on flight 294. And that will be followed by the first of what I assume will be many flights today by Sun Country Airlines to its favorite destination of Cancun from here. There was a morning we saw 3 Sun Country flights take off to Cancun.
American 294 on ellular, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Right up to Larry, clear to takeoff 18 left, American 294.
I didn't bring my water bottle out here with me from the car. I may have to go and retrieve it. Speaking of cars, the official Runway DFW vehicle is back from the shop. It is equipped with a brand new battery, and it's an electric car, so that's the main, the primary battery that makes it go. So I've got 80,000 miles on the car, and now I've got a new battery. Thank you, General Motors. I got it back just in time for gasoline prices to go up by about 50 cents a gallon here. I was buying gas for just under $3 during most of the time that I had that rental car. And yeah, I was driving down here today, and almost every gas station was like at $3.49. There's 2 more Sun Country planes there that will likely be going to Cancun later this morning. I don't know for sure. The sky is beginning to brighten. We should be within 10 minutes of sunrise, I believe. I have to dial down the brightness there. So there's that Sun Country jetting off to sunny Mexico. It's a 737-800.
Tower today, American 962 Heavy is with you, visual on 18 right.
American 962 Heavy, DFW Tower, runway 18 right, clear to land, 180 at 10.
Clear to land, 18 right, American 962 Heavy, thank you.
And I believe that transmission you just heard that's the Sao Paulo flight, I believe. So it is coming in on this side, because we're listening to the East Tower. Now, for those of you who are new to DFW Airport, it's a big airport. Second busiest in the U.S. after Atlanta. Although you wouldn't have known it if you were watching our Monday presentation.
show runway 13 right close.
Yeah, the Sao Paulo flight is coming in. It'll be here in about a minute. So we'll set our sights on that as we take a look at the morning sky. There's a few clouds up there.
Country 515, contact departure of safe flight.
To departure, Sun Country 550.
Channel member Armand V says, or is that Armand the 5th? Says, very good morning, Walt and Runway DFWers. I don't know if anybody's ever called our viewers Runway DFWers. It's a little hard to say, but... Channel member Daniel Jager says, hi, Walt. Wow, it's 81 in Dallas, 73 here with a high of 93. I'm not sure where here is, Daniel, but... sounds like you're getting a little toasty today. Aviation Mike, channel member says, ouch, I hope that battery was covered under warranty, talking about my car. Yes, there was a general recall of all Chevrolet Bolts, which I have a 2020 model of, and I was pretty close to last on the list to get a new battery, and I hadn't had any problems with mine. There were a few reports of fires associated with the battery, but I'd never had any problems, and so I took it in to get it replaced, and a short time later I started getting all these error messages, and I took it in and they said, well, we're gonna have to replace it again. So they popped in another. So I'm on my third battery, but not complaining, because as you know, batteries deteriorate after a while. As we welcome ALD as our newest subscriber. Batteries deteriorate, so I am very happy to have a brand new one in there. After putting, I didn't put all 80,000 miles on the car because I got it slightly used. Right, here comes the flight from Sao Paulo. It left the southern hemisphere, or at least that city in the southern hemisphere, 9 hours and 45 minutes ago. And now we welcome it and its passengers to the state of Texas. So getting back to our broadcast next week, I will tell you that we'll get our first look at the east side of the airport, where, whereas we have 2 runways which we overlook here, there we'll be able to see 3. Bill Platt, our channel member and moderator, with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Bill. And I'll read that in just a minute. I think the gist of it was, did I see the Greece, the firefighting plane in Greece, which was captured on video as it crashed? And yeah, I did see that. That was pretty awful.
662, just still waiting on that release.
This is Airpac Airlines with a Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master.
$19.96.
There you go. We salute our 20th century aircraft. And once again, it's going to Abilene, Texas. Texas. This is a cargo plane, where it's used for cargo. You can see the kind of extra belly there. I think that's not a part of the, I don't know. If it's a passenger plane, I don't know, maybe that's just part of the design of the plane that adds cargo to it, but...
240 degrees, clip to take off.
believe there are any passengers on there. Did I see somebody who's cleared for takeoff on 18 right? One 8 left is normally the takeoff runway, but there goes off to Abilene. And yeah, it did take off on 18 right. Not unheard of, but it's a little added bonus.
Arctic 662, contact departure, good day.
662 going over departure, good morning.
Here's the door to one of the MD-11s that is parked over yonder. Don't see anything happening there, do you? I don't. There's another MD over there parked behind a fence. Its left side cargo door is also open. I can never remember, is that aft or starboard? Mrs. Runway DFW and I had a boat for a while, and we took a course in how to boat and, you know, all that navigation stuff and nautical things, and I never quite figured out aft and starboard. No, aft is back. No, starboard and I don't know. Too confusing. Well, we have a parade here. We've got two of these cargo planes going out.
5680, DFW Tower, you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
There's one there on the left and another one coming in
Are you
there
coming out with your box or
on the right. Looks like they're taking different paths.
Okay, 680, turn right heading 240 from the 18 right.
The one in that shot is going to Tyler, Texas. That's a Martin Air
240, clear for takeoff.
Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master. And that is... You need to give that some special consideration, because it goes all the way back to
1989.
Forward loaded down.
now this one.
Three right open, stand by.
I don't see this one on the radar. It looks Super Cargo Master-ish to me.
Tower, good morning, runway 35, 12 visual, 18 right.
4111, head over to runway 18 left. Runway 35, 12, DFW Tower, with 180 diner from 18 right, third plane.
18 right, clear land, runway 35, 12.
goes an A321 out of the hangar, off to its next destination. Where'd that other little plane go? Oh, there it is.
Contact departure, good day. Contact departure, have a good one.
Can't tell if this is going over to the east side or what it's doing. It's definitely not taking off yet. Scooting across runways 18 right and left. So yeah, it's likely headed over to the east side for dispatch to its next destination. Should be pretty close to, well, actually we are in the sunrise position here. Kind of snuck up on me today. But there it is. I guess we've got some haze on the horizon because we're not getting a full-blown sunrise yet. The Salam Allah alternate channel says good setup, thank you. Hit 2120 says new vantage point. Well, we're at our normal location of Founders Plaza here at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, but we will have a new vantage point coming up on Monday and Tuesday. Monday late afternoon and evening, and Tuesday morning. So hope you can join us for that. Roger Williams says good morning from the MIT, Michigan. Hope everyone is doing well. So you're not in the UP then, you're in the mid portion. Where's that plane? Oh, there it is. It's an American Eagle, Embraer 175. It is touching down now from an origination point that I will tell you very shortly. Because I don't want to keep you in the dark about things like that. From Chattanooga, Tennessee, flight 3512 is where that one's going, or where it came from. What, another Martin airplane? Where's that one going? Palestine, in East Texas City. This is a Cessna 208B Grand Caravan. Sounds like an SUV. I think there is a SUV called a Grand Caravan, isn't there? At least in this country. Now, will I be able to follow it along going as fast as it is and still be able to provide you with the musical designation?
$19.96.
Yeah,
So many buttons to push. Someday we'll just think it and it will happen, you know? Meanwhile, back to the sun. Noah says, so peaceful. Roger Williams lets us know that he's in southeast Michigan, about 40 miles north of the Motor City. Terry M says, good morning, Texas plane spotter. That must be me. Bill Platt says it's a turboprop party this morning. Very epic plane boy. Good morning, I'm at Madrid right now and I'm going on the Iberia. Oh, so cool to have someone who's in transit right now watching our view. Madrid, I guess it's early afternoon there. John Michael says, good morning, Walt. What are you going to do with your Tri-Jet members when they're not there anymore? Oh, we'll still have Tri-Jet members. He's talking about when the plane's not there anymore, because obviously those aircraft are being phased out by the only two, well, the major remaining operators here in the U.S. FedEx and UPS. Why, there's a One World livery. We didn't see any special liveries on Monday. We didn't see much of anything on Monday. We had some fun. This plane is American Flight 261 coming in from Austin, a 737-800. In the One World livery. I don't know, One World always seems kind of, I mean, I guess it denotes the concept of the airline alliance. It really sounds kind of Big Brother-ish. One World.
261, taxi Echo, Alpha, hold short for 18 left.
Echo, Alpha, hold short, 18 left, American.
Well, here we are with our little setup here. We got a table, we got a computer, we got an iPad for sounds. We've got a soundboard to mix the sounds. Got a couple of cameras there, one behind me, this one in front of me. Little sign. There's my car behind me, right there. And Brian Miller is celebrating 1 month of membership with the question, why isn't Atlanta a plane spotting hotspot? And the answer is, I don't know. I did see, I can't remember which channel it was, that was in Atlanta a few weeks ago. And there's apparently a hotel there with, which kind of overlooks the whole airport. And they had a balcony and it was lightning and thundering and it was really cool. But the answer is, I don't know. I guess it's the same reason that I asked that question when towards the end of 2021. I said, well, how come there's nobody doing this at DFW Airport? And so when I found out that nobody was doing it, I figured I would try my hand at it. So we've been here since the end of 2021. Karen Munson says the sun here is a bright yellow ball. Checked outside after seeing the one here. Well, I'm glad to say we could confirm that the sun is there. And we can also confirm that Alaska Airlines Flight 365 is jockeying into position for its next destination, which is Seattle on the 737-900 series. There it is in the morning glow. John Kelly Grant, good morning, Walt. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, John. Who as I recall, you're from somewhere in California. So up early with us here on this Thursday. There's a good example of me positioning my secondary camera just in the wrong place. You can barely see the winglet kind of edging into your view there.
Reduce your power approach speed now for me. 18 right, clear to land. Right, clear to land. We're slowing the final tower, 49.
Just about to arrive is American Flight 2954 from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Shall we take a look at that? Indeed we shall.
365 to 30,000, 1 right, line up away, traffic 5 mile final, be ready. 1 right, line up away, we'll be ready last time.
737-800, touching down from the Twin Cities. It takes an hour and 49 minutes to make that journey. Oh, now it's out of our... Look, this is... This appears to be taking off from 18 right.
365, traffic 3.5 mile final, RNAV to B Park, 18 right, good takeoff. Good takeoff, 18 right, Alaska.
So again, this is unusual. Not, it's not unheard of, but most of the time the planes over here take off on 18 left. So it's a little closer to us than normal. We welcome Liam Whelan as our newest subscriber. Thank you, Liam. Now there is a plane about to land, an American Eagle Flight 4926 from Stillwater, Oklahoma. CRJ 701 ER2. They'll be coming in on this very runway just moments after this lifts off the ground. So I don't know if 18 left is closed. I don't see any evidence of that.
Alaska 365, contact departure today. Departure, Alaska 365.
So there's plenty of separation involved here as far as that plane departing and this one landing on the same runway. And when I say this one, I'm referring to the plane which we're about to see. There it is. The flight from Stillwater, Oklahoma. About a half-hour flight, as I recall. Panman 1970 has just hit the subscribe button. Thank you, Panman 1970. Not to be confused with Pan Am 1970.
Tower, American 2272, 18 right.
American 2272, DFW Tower, 11809, 18 right, clear to land.
Now looking ahead to the 8 o'clock hour, now we're not even at the 7 o'clock hour yet. The 8 o'clock hour, we will see the, I'm going to swing around here real quick till we get that?
Coach 4926 here, Echo
We
Terminal.
just barely missed that flight, that plane over on the east side going through the sun.
DFW Runway plane departure is Mike, current altimeter 3001.
Another plane coming in over there. Should probably try to get this more in focus. Let's see if this will work. That one's flying a little low to intersect the sun.
Roger.
That appears to be American Flight 3269 from Longview, Texas. The American Eagle flight. Did I say American? American Eagle. The next aircraft to arrive here on the west side is American Airlines Flight 2272 from Oklahoma City, an Airbus A321. Douglas Serrano says 2 more months till Alaska returns to an all-Boeing mainline fleet. Yeah, they had some, I guess because of a merger, they had some, oh, look at this. Right through the sun. I should have been more zoomed in there, shouldn't I?
Coach 4926 at Alpha Cross, 111, contact ground point 65 when you're on top of the bridge.
Mark Perry says, good morning all from a muggy Nashville, Tennessee. Have a heat alert for this afternoon. Ugh. Yeah, we've been rife with heat alerts here in North Texas, and you know, obviously in a lot of the country, and in other countries, in Europe. Oh, there's Lucy Romero, channel member, saying hello to Somiel. Everybody's having a good time in the chat. Roger Williams said they're using 18 right because it's a few feet closer to Seattle. Here's the flight from Oak City. So I guess on Monday we will be over there somewhere to bring you a new view of DFW Airport, at least as far as we're concerned. And I do have to say that because there is money involved in this viewpoint that we're going to have, that is to say, we're going to have to spend some money to bring you that coverage. I have to thank all of you, our members, our subscribers, people who watch the ads that precede and intertwine with our presentation. Our channel sponsor, of course. All of you all who make this little engine go. See if we can get another. Oh man. Doesn't seem to want to work for us, does it? Plane is coming.
2272 cross, and 18 left at Alpha, contact ground point 65 on top of the bridge.
Cross 18 left.
I'll try for one more. That's a little low. That plane, that sun just scoots up in the sky there, doesn't it? Well, our next arrival Right here on our stage is Alaska Airlines Flight 466 from Portland, Oregon. It'll be a 737-900. Thank you, Kramer Siemens, who is our newest subscriber.
American 2266, DFW Tower, 1180 and 10, from the 18 right clear to land.
It's nice to have new subscribers, and you will be able to, a new subscriber, it takes 10 minutes. There's like a 10-minute timer that gets set if you're a new subscriber before you can participate in the chat room, and I hope you will do that and introduce yourself and say hello. We have a very nice, friendly community here.
466, taxi Echo Alpha, hold short for 18 left.
Somil Bandari says, can't stay for too long. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Somil, a channel member, is one of those people who's going to help us with our new location. Armand V does have to check out. We'll see everyone a little bit later. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for spending some of your morning or afternoon or wherever it is where you are with us. Darylyn Monroe says, sounds like it's going to be a scorcher there today by the sounds of the crickets and cicadas. And yeah, it's going to be hot, but you know, it's hot here all the time in the summer.
Plan on about 7:25 or 7:30.
I mean, there are a lot of parts of the world which are getting an unusual amount of heat, an unexpected level of heat. I believe I heard that on the island of Sicily, Italy, that underground power cables melted, leaving much of the island in darkness and without air conditioning during extremely high temperatures. And you probably heard about the temperature of the ocean water in the Florida Keys, where they registered temperatures of the seawater above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just, you know, it's like a hot tub. I don't know, when I get in the ocean, I expect it to be a little cooler than a hot tub. Bill Platt may recognize this. When I was growing up, school would let out, and we'd go down to the beach along the Jersey Shore, and you know, you get there at the start of, or even mid-June, and I want to say back then, and this may have changed too, the water temperature is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit at the start of the summer there on the Jersey Shore. It was, I would say, bracing would be a good word for that when you hopped in. You got used to it, but very chilly. Hey, before we welcome Flight 115 from Honolulu.
2266, next time, speed traffic, go 10, please. Travis 5011 cross, the one left at Alpha, contact ground, 6 mile on top of the bridge. Left on Alpha, contact ground.
You're watching Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Coming to you from our outpost here at DFW Founders Plaza. which the airport provides for plane spotters. Thank you, DFW Airport. We'll be here with you for another 2 hours-ish, with lots of planes to see. Our next arrival, Flight 115 from Honolulu, a 777. And we're glad you are here with us on this Thursday morning. Look at that, you would think I had timed that music out just as the plane arrived. So aloha to the passengers and crew arriving from the 50th state of the Union.
07 Alpha, hold short 18 right.
Ending a 6 hour and 47-minute journey. And you know what? It seems, I don't know if you could say it's not a coincidence.
115 heavy cross, 21 left, contact ground 25.
But Hawaii is the 50th state, yes. Well, the next arrival is from the 49th state. American Flight 3093. We'll see it in here in a second. 399. Flight 399. This will be from Alaska, from Anchorage.
3024, tower 18 right for the land.
Here's our little grassy outpost today. We're out a little bit more on the grass than we normally are. Normally we're on the concrete, but I don't anticipate, fingers crossed, there being any sprinklers going off this morning. If there are, you're going to see a scramble. So we are awaiting the arrival of Flight 399 from Anchorage. A plane which has been in the air for 6 hours and 2 minutes.
Tower, good morning. Runway 3647 on the visual 18 right.
Runway 3647, east of tower 18 right, call to land 118011.
Clear to land 18 right, runway 3647.
So from the land of the midnight sun to the land of the sun, I guess you would say.
807, crossing 18 right, crossing 18 left.
Channel member Marco Hinton wants to know, when does a JAL Flight 12 arrive? I don't have the exact time, but it's somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. So about an hour or more from now, if it's running on time.
65 top of the bridge.
Fox Alpha will cross 18 left and 65 top of the bridge, American 399.
Terry M says smoke from Canadian fires has been an issue here in West Michigan and in many other places. Yeah, we will occasionally see things like that here. Was it this year or last year? We were getting dust from the Sahara, which had crossed the oceans, and we were getting very hazy skies here from dust storms that had somehow blown over the ocean. Lance Cole checking in from a rainy, cold, wintry southwest England. Once worked at Houston Intercontinental, so watching DFW is, as Tony the Tiger might say, great. You probably didn't have Tony the Tiger in the UK. Doggo under blanket. Playing Minecraft with this in the background is peak satisfaction for me. Well, Whatever floats your boat, there, doggo under blanket. My grandson, who is going to be celebrating his 7th birthday on Saturday, is a Minecraft aficionado. But he doesn't have a Runway DFW on in the background. He has no interest in this. Although he did pose for our copyright shot at the end of the broadcast, so. Did I even tell you what you were looking at there? That was American Eagle Flight 3024 CRJ701AR from Lubbock, Texas. And now we get to see the Tide Pod livery of the Sun Country airline.
18 left, climb and wait, Sun Country 503.
It's Flight 503, you just heard. And yes, as we mentioned earlier, it's going to Cancun. Well, we didn't mention earlier. We saw a Sun Country plane leaving for Cancun earlier on the broadcast, and this is number 2.
Country 503, RNAV 2 Laren, running 18 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Laren 18 left, clear for takeoff, Sun Country 503.
JK says Flight Radar says the Japan Airlines Flight 12 is due at 8:40 a.m. And also in that same hour, we'll be seeing the arrival of a Korean Air flight, a Dreamliner, if I'm not mistaken, from Seoul. When I checked last night, it looked to be running close to being on schedule. Now, the 2 flights, which sometimes we can catch around 9 o'clock when I gotta leave, one of them being from Dubai, an Emirates flight from Dubai, and the other being a Qatar Airways flight from Doha. They both arrive in the 9 o'clock hour, but I can't remember which is which, but one of them was going to be in after 9:30 and the other was going to be closer to 10 o'clock. So if that holds, I regret that I will not be able to bring those to you today.
Sun Country 503, connect Sport, have a good
Sun Country 503, good day.
I see our friend and moderator Gerard is in the house. Hello, Gerard. A big hello to you, and very nice to see you all here again. Thank you, Gerard. Always good to see you hanging out with us when you can. You've seen Gerard on some of the big airline channels, aviation channels, so we're very fortunate that he's spent some time with us. And here I am, outstanding in my field. I do believe we have an aircraft approaching. It's an Embraer 175 arriving, where'd it go? Arriving from Laredo, Texas. As you can see, American Eagle.
So tower, American 2768, about leg ray visual.
2768, just tower 18013, only 1 air for the land.
Clear to land 1 air right, American 2768.
And I should say that, well, first of all, that's coming in from Laredo, Texas, American Eagle 3384 for your scorecards. What was I going to say? Scratch that. I forgot what I was going to say.
384 cross me, 1 left, contact ground 185.
Cross 18 left, cover ground.
Nothing taking off over here at the moment. American Flight 1098 is coming in from Kansas City, an Airbus A321. That'll be next on our arrival docket. Aviation. Good morning, Walton friends. Hello to you. Dr. O says hello from Germany. Guten Tag to you, Dr. O.
Envoy 3818, DFW Tower 1 right, code lane 18010.
Clear land, wait, I'm flight 3818.
Mats Kapanen. Hello. Thank you for being our newest subscriber here on Runway DFW. What we got there? That's looking like a 777. That's unusual.
Plane 1098, cross 1 left, 185 at this side. If not, Fox Alpha, 0.65 on the bridge.
Let's go into Houston Intercontinental Airport. I don't think I've ever seen a triple go to Houston.
5.7 speed as requested, altimeter 3001.
01 as requested, 5.7. 88,
You may have heard
1098, cross 1 left, contact ground 185.
American Flight 2768 coming in from, where is that? McAllen, Texas. Just landed.
9845 heavy, DFW Tower 1 left, line of void.
1 left line of void, American 9845 heavy.
And you just heard the command for this aircraft to line up and wait. And so it does. Very obediently.
2768 west side.
2768, hold short 1 left.
Hold short 1 left, American 2768.
American 9845 heavy, RNAV 2 layer, running 18 left, your clip takeoff.
RNAV layer 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 9845 heavy. DFW Tower, Envoy 3761,
Envoy 3761, DFW Tower 1 right, code lane 11013.
JK says a 777 to IAH seems like overkill to me. Well, again, I've never seen anything this American flying anything this large to that destination during the time I've been here. So I don't know if this is a one-off or if it's a weekly kind of flight, or if it's just the aircraft they had available to do this flight, or maybe they had a lot of, I don't know, maybe something going on in Houston and they got more seats to fill. I don't know.
American 524, DFW Tower 1 left, line of void.
Line up, wait, 18 left, American 524.
2768, cross 1 left, contact ground 25.
Cross 20 left, American 760.
So if I have my statistics correct, Houston is a bigger city than Dallas is, but Dallas-Fort Worth is a bigger metropolitan area than Houston is. I think Dallas-Fort Worth is now the fifth or the fourth largest metro area in the U.S. It's a big area. There on the right is going out of the picture, or just barely going out of the picture, is American Flight 524 to Los Angeles, an Airbus A321. And coming up in the rear is, where you saw it go by there, is Spirit Flight 343, which is going to Cancun.
Pipeline 123, squawk 4632, and ident.
A Aviation says Houston is the fourth largest city in the U.S. And John Hollis says DFW is the fourth largest metro.
American 524.
Okay, well, thank you for that confirmation of my armchair analysis. Channel member Chuck Choco Chico Tolsma is here. Good morning to you, Chuck. Always happy to have you here, hanging out with us. Got that American Eagle plane coming in from Brownsville, Texas. Sometimes when we have these parallel activities, they stay a little closer to one another so we can get a little better shot. But
Pipeline 7 southbound on the Delta route.
Pipeline 7, roger.
two planes and a bus.
South side of your airspace, reversing course back northbound on the Delta route.
Roger that. Spirit 343, RNAV 2, layer underneath 18 left, you could take up.
Brian Miller says apparently super chats, etc. are non-refundable, and well, I'm hoping that you haven't had a problem with that. I don't control the mechanism for super chats, as we see this Spirit plane off to Cancun. But I am sorry if you feel that a refund is in order.
Departure for American 524. American 524, connect support. Go on. American 524. Envoy 3761 and Envoy 3818, cross 21 left, contact ground 25, call sign government. 3761, 3818.
I guess my advice would be super chat responsibly. Let's go back to our cavalcade of tri-jets. There they are. There's one on the left and three right of center there, with our little behind the scenes, or I guess in front of the scenes camera there in the foreground. So I don't know. I don't know that I've seen. I cannot remember seeing 4 MDs here in all the time that I've been here. Not to say that it hasn't happened, just that I haven't seen it. And if I remember seeing the schedule right last night when I looked at it before I went to bed,
123, stay in tension.
there should be at least a couple of these planes that will be going out ere we depart.
For 5.7, we'd like to go north on the Delta route, then west on the Alpha route, and then southbound back on the Echo route.
David Logan says, good morning from East Hartford, Connecticut, home of Pratt & Whitney Aircraft. Makers of jet engines.
Sounds good to me, 5.7.
Copy that, 5.7.
Couple planes lining up for departure activities. One on the right, an Airbus A321. American Airlines Flight 2767 is going to Seattle on the Pacific Northwest, and then the other plane, American Eagle Flight 3742. That one on the left is going to Oklahoma City. It's an Embraer 175.
5.5123, you're leaving South Bravo airspace, radar services terminated, squawk VFR for exchange crew. You have a good day.
So the Seattle-bound plane is about to enter your view there on the left. There it is. It's rolling. If you're just joining us, welcome to Runway DFW, live from DFW International Airport. Walt here, and if you're not subscribed, I hope you'll consider it. Give us a like. Our chat is subscribers only, but it's free to subscribe, so if you are so inclined, hit the subscribe button and join in. Flight radar 24 tells me that British Airways Flight 193 has lit up on the radar. That is a plane that is coming here. That's an Airbus A380, the only A380 that we see here at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. And so that'll be here in a few hours. Not until late this afternoon, around 5 o'clock-ish, if it's running on time. And we will not be here for that today, although on Monday, we should get a double dose of it. Coming and going. Now, we'll be on the east side. But it's a big plane. We still should be able to see it landing and taking off. You know what I saw? I think as we were panning through there, I think I saw my favorite American Airlines Heritage livery, and we're going to zero in on that right now. Hopefully we'll see it later this morning, but is it on the move? Yes, it is. That is my favorite livery, American Airlines, at least. With the AA on the tail and that red, white, and blue stripe. Now, there are two American Airlines Heritage liveries. One is the Astrojet livery, which is an older, you know, the one that preceded this one. But
Pipeline 7
I
traffic.
still really like
4
that.
miles on final for 17 center is an Airbus out of 2000.
Insight, maintain visual. Pipeline 7.
Pipeline 7, roger.
Bill
You said
Platt.
you're gonna turn westbound on Alpha.
Yeah, we'll go
Renewing his
westbound Alpha,
membership,
lap
I
around
believe.
the Echo hockey stick, and then southbound on the Echo route.
Roger that.
Celebrating 2 months of membership, saying, I do remember those cold water days at the Jersey Shore. Also can't forget when those massive jellyfish would materialize right next to you. That was kind of scary.
RFD Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 12. 1965, you can turn 18 left, on a boy.
My boy, 18 left, American 1965.
Well, that may be parking. I guess maybe that came in on the east side. That came in from Greenville, Spartanburg, that American Airlines with the AA on the tail there.
1965, RNAV to land.
No, I just love that.
Takeoff 18 left, American 1965.
Yeah, it arrived 16 minutes ago. It's a 737-800 model.
American 1811, you can turn 18 left, on a boy.
My weight 18 left, American 1811.
Now, Sharon Wright says, I love the old school AA planes. I didn't realize any were still in service. Well, this is not an old school plane. This plane is 10 years old, which I think is right about the time they switched over to this current livery with the flag motif on the tail.
American 1210,
And the reason, one of the reasons at the time they said they were switching over to that livery was because, now I believe this plane is painted in gray, but back when that livery was in vogue, the planes were just left with their aluminum skin. They were not painted at all. They just had these decals or paint applied with the logos and with the striping. But since some planes were switching over to partially composite bodies, which were not shiny aluminum, American figured, well, we've got to make some modifications. So they just dreamed up a whole new look, and well, it's distinctive. I've never been a fan of that. There's Wilbur, the white-tailed deer that just went by there on that Frontier tail. It's going to Las Vegas, Nevada on that Airbus A320. I don't know, but you'll excuse me for lingering on this shot there. Chuck says, cool retro livery. Ooh, Marco Hinton, a channel member, says, I'd love to see a Dreamliner in the American Airlines Heritage livery. That would be way cool.
Cross 18 left, cross 18 right, Yankee, Charlie to the ramp.
Are you listening, American Airlines?
American 1343,
TriStar Darren says, hello, Walt. Hi, everyone. Have a few minutes at work, so I thought I'd drop in. Thank you, TriStar Darren. Since you did just drop in, you probably are not aware that even though these are not TriStars,
American 1811, contact Sparks, good.
they are Tri-Jets. We have 3 of them here in the house this morning. We have those 3, and then we also have number 4 over here, so we do expect at least one of them to move out. So hopefully we'll see that soon. That's me.
American 1523 Tower, Romeo 18 left on a void.
There is an Airbus A321 on its way to Los Angeles, California. It is American Flight 971, I think. Heather B with an Australian $10 super chat. Thanks, Walt. Mods and shatters. I didn't see that word lurker. Nothing wrong with lurking. I do that all the time. When I'm at home working,
We'd like to reverse course back
I work and lurk.
Transition back to the Alpha route or eastbound.
Later today, I'll be tuning into Kevin and Airline Videos Live. I think he's got a late afternoon, early evening show lined up on the Airline Videos channel. I know you will join me in watching.
18 left, line up American 1272. Local 933 tower, Whiskey Kilo cross, Romeo 18 right, hold short, Romeo 18 left. Cross 18 right. American 1343, contact.
That's American Flight 1523. Destination.
Port 111 bank, Romeo 18 right is open.
Kind of disappeared from my screen there.
American 1272, RNAV Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff. RNAV Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1272. Frontier Flight 2137 tower, Romeo 18 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait. 18 left, Frontier 2137.
Trying to keep up with these planes here. I think this is Flight 1272 going to San Diego. And Airbus A321. Here at 7:35, we're about halfway through our presentation for this morning.
Frontier 2137, RNAV beat park, Romeo 18 left, clear for takeoff.
As many of you know, I have another job, which I will have to attend to as soon as I get done with this.
Sorry about that. Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV B park, Frontier 2137.
American 140 tower, Romeo 18 left, line up and wait.
First Flight 2137 with Wilbur the White Tail on it.
Contact the departure today.
Departure, American 1272.
American 140, RNAV Lauren, Romeo 18 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 140.
American 1890 tower, Romeo 18 left, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
18 left, line for where, American 1890.
Frontier Flight 2137, contact departure, good morning.
Departure, good morning, Frontier 2137.
So many planes right now.
Hold short with you. You guys want us to make a left turn here at Whiskey Hotel or stay in Whiskey Golf Line?
American 2560 on Whiskey Hotel, just fine.
Okay, making a left turn at Whiskey Hotel. Pipeline 7 reversing course northbound will remain west of your extended centers.
Pipeline 7, thank you. Local 933 traffic, hold Whiskey.
Well, now is time for merchandise. Streamlabs.com/runway DFW/merch is the place to go for your packable jacket, for your Runway DFW official t-shirts, for your hats in 2 different styles, for your hoodies, and for your cup, your mug. Now you've seen these you've probably seen the knockoff ones on eBay that say Munway DFM or stuff like that, but no, this is the genuine article. Find it at streamlabs.com/runwaydfw/merch, and that is our plug. So now, if I can subject you to one more bit of music here, I've got to go and get some water out of the car. The car is just behind me, so it's not very far away. So I'm going to put on a little music and then subject you to some music, and I'll be right back. Did it in less than a minute. Got my water, everything's good. Karen Monson says, definitely hearing grackles. Yeah, they're around. As we look at American Flight 2569, departing for Kansas City on Runway DFW. Pickup trucks and jet planes, all in the same shot for you. We spare no expense. I think the jet is going to win this race.
Traffic holds at Bravo cross, runway 18 left, cross, runway 18 right, taxi via Charlie to the right. Cross both runways on Bravo, Charlie to the right, ABEX 504. American 2569, contact departure, good morning. Good morning, American 2569.
Flight 2593, bound for Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, is lined up to take off now.
American 2563, when you're able, change to me on 124.15.
There it is.
Thank you.
Arya's World with a travel update. I'm going to be going to California next week on American Airlines from DFW Airport. Have a great trip. Our friend and channel member Mary Extraordinaire says hello to everyone. And that's not the button I meant to push, but well.
Envoy 3518, RNAV to Lauren, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff. RNAV to Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, Envoy 3518. American 2593.
I heard an alert, but I didn't see it on the screen. I think I must have pressed the wrong button. Oh, I see what I did.
Envoy 3518, contact departure, guys.
Oh, departure Z on the flip side, Envoy 3518.
Bill Platt, channel member and moderator, says, I found out the other day American is the only airline fully embracing small regional flights, CRJs and ERJs, while most other airlines are phasing out those smaller capacity aircraft. That is interesting. Lance Cole says, is a grackle a cicada or a cicada or a little noisy bug? It's a little noisy bug. I mean, I'm sorry, it's a bird. A grackle is a bird. Sometimes we have a whole flock of them here. I don't see too many this morning. In fact, I see some that look like pigeons. We have a quiet moment. We have a flight coming in over on runway 13 right, which we cannot see from here. It's the westernmost runway here. It's a crosswind runway. Flight coming in from Austin, an Airbus A319. I do, however, see lighting up the radar an ABX Air flight, which I believe will be operating on behalf of DHL. It's going to Cincinnati. It is not this plane, which is a Dreamliner going to the hangar. Or is it coming out of the hangar? I believe it just came out of the hangar here on the west side. But we're going to be seeing a 767, and according to the photograph on
American 2563, east or west?
Photograph on Flight Radar 24, it's going to be a
Bravo, hold squadron, Romeo 18 right.
It's going to be a plain Jane 767 cargo plane going to Cincinnati, the Queen City. We saw this, I believe we saw this same plane, was it on Monday or last Friday? I can't remember. All the days seem to blend together. As I take a swig of life-giving water. There you see a number 175 being tugged out of the hangar.
1540's 8 miles out on the visual 18 right.
American 1540 tower, good morning. Traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles is a Cessna 172 with 1,300 down low, shipping up factor. 18 right clear to land, wind 190 at 10.
18 right clear to land, looking for the Cessna American 1540.
Local 8 Lima Echo Tower, traffic 6 out, Whiskey Kilo, cross Romeo 18 right, cross Romeo 18 left, then right turn Foxtrot.
Okay, on Whiskey Kilo, cross 18 right, cross 18 left, Foxtrot, American Local 8 Lima Echo.
American 2563, traffic 5.5 out, Bravo, cross Romeo 18 right, cross Romeo 18 left as well, connect turn off 0.85, good morning.
And you hear the directions being given to the planes which are local, which means they're making their way across. There's that plane that came in from Austin on runway 13 right. There in the background. But we're waiting for the ABX airplane. Well, now it's vanished from Flight Radar 24, so maybe it was a little preliminary. But we should, I believe we'll see that before the day is done.
Local 8 Lima Echo Taxi Foxtrot Alpha 65 on top of the bridge today. Okay, Foxtrot Alpha 0.65 on top for American Local 8 Lima.
I do see cargo being loaded into one of our 4 MD-11s here. The one we have the least or the worst view of because it's behind a wall. It'd just be nice if we got to see one of them taking off today. We have a flight coming in now that we don't normally see over on this side from LaGuardia Airport in the New York City metropolitan area. American Flight 1540. It's a 737-800. And I say we don't usually see it because it's normally the East Coast flights typically land over on the east side of the airport. Which is one reason we hardly ever get to see JetBlue. Now we should be able to see JetBlue next week when we have our special presentations. Oh, there's our second One World livery of the morning. So is that 2 worlds?
On the local 218 Tower, Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 18 right, cross runway 18 left, and then contact runoff 0.85. Hey, cross 18 right, cross 18 right, contact runoff. American 1540 east or west? Mark west. American 1540 Whiskey Lima, cross runway 18 left, contact runoff 0.85, good day. Whiskey Lima, cross 18 left, contact runoff 25, American 1540.
A Aviation says, nice setup, Walt. Well, thank you. It's changed a lot since we first started here. Got these 2 great cameras, which are courtesy of our channel sponsor. And we have another one, a third one, which our channel sponsor has provided us with. We're not using it because it's more of a night camera, and we'll be taking advantage of that next week. So we have these 2 cameras. We got a little cart there with batteries, which have been supplied to us by the great Kevin of Airline Videos Live. They'll be all charged up for his next visit to DFW Airport, TBA. Emery Urcha says, hey, Walt, gotta go. Well, I'm sorry to see you go, Emery, but I know we will see you again. Have a great day. You may have seen a United aircraft go through your screen there. That's on its way to Denver. It's an Airbus A319.
Tower on by 3624, visual 1 area.
And before that, this American Airlines flight 2379.
Wind 190 at 10.
Clear land, 1 year out, 3621.
It is destined for the city by the bay, San Francisco, Airbus A321.
Yeah, 1586, RNAV B Park, 1 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV B Park, 1 left, clear for takeoff.
American 2379, contact the departure bay.
Over to departure, so long, American 2379.
And there goes the baby bus off to the Mile High City.
Yeah, 1586, contact departure, good day.
Good day, 1586.
American Eagle Flight 3624 from Springfield is arriving here on an Embraer 175.
Envoy 3624, Golf 8, cross, Romeo 18 left, contact ground on point 85, good day.
Roger, Golf 8, cross 1 left, and 27.
Local 794, Whiskey Kilo, cross, Romeo 18 right, cross, Romeo 18 left, and stay with me.
Cross 18 right, cross 18 left, local 794.
I gotta go back and look at that classic American Airlines tail there.
Ground Envoy 3624, Golf 8,
Channel member Heather B with a very nice comment. So happy to be supporting the perhaps smaller channels. Love Runway DFW. Thank you, Heather B. Well, that means a lot. And your support is part of what will have us broadcasting from a brand new location on Monday night, or late Monday afternoon, and on Tuesday morning. So hope you can join us then. John Michael says, "Hey Walt, is the yellow Runway DFW truck getting the batteries replaced also?" No, it's in the background. Believe it or not, we don't have enough cameras to show it currently, but I'm working on that. Ryan Morrison says, "Like button smashed. Please do not damage your computer." But thank you. Channel member Wisconsin Dave says, "Hey Walt and fellow airline watchers, great to be here this morning. So happy to have you here as well." Brian Morrison says, "Hey from beautiful downtown Manchester, New Hampshire." I was watching a stream, a video the other day on YouTube from some rail trip through. This is not New Hampshire, but through the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York in the fall. And my eyes were about to pop out with all the colorful. I forgot how colorful the foliage is there. We get some colors here in Texas, but nothing like. I mean, it was like Technicolor plus, just amazing. These people were on these little rail cars, like they would seat two people, and they're going kind of like a caravan along these old tracks, going past all these old stations that used to be very popular back in the day. But the colors, my goodness. Channel member Jose Aguilar says, "Good morning, Walt. Enjoying your live stream. Happy to have you here as well." Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything here. Mark Gagny or Gange says, "Good morning, Walt. Nice way to start the day watching your channel while feeding my 1-month-old son." Oh. You're a lucky guy. Channel member David Stover says, "Hi, Walt. Flying out of DFW on Monday to New York City." Well, depending on when you're flying out, we may be able to watch you take off. If it's, I'm thinking now, our plan was to go live at 7 Monday night Central Time. I think it's going to be more like 4 or 5. It's a new location, so I've got to get everything all set up. But I hope you can join us. I think it'll be fun. I don't know what to expect. It may be worthy, it may not be, but we're all going to find out together. Brian Morrison has sent us a $1 super sticker. Well, I rounded up to $1. Thank you, Brian. We're waiting for something to happen here. The skies to the north of us, where the planes are coming from, are clear. There's nothing lined up to take off. If you squint your eyes there, you can see flight 2269, American Airlines. It's 737-800. This plane will be going to Santa Ana, and so I would expect that we will see it lift off from runway 18 left in the not too distant future. Well, we'll talk about our plans for Monday. So again, I'm not going to tell you exactly where we're going to be. But here is an overall look at DFW Airport We're on the northwest side there, designated by where the Runway DFW logo is. And here are all the runways and terminals enumerated. So we overlook runways 18 right and 18 left. Those are the only two we can really see from here. We're going to be in a position on Monday and Tuesday morning. So Monday, late Monday afternoon and early Tuesday morning, to be able to see runways 17 right, left, and center, and also runway 13 left, if that is in use. So it should be a nice change of pace. And again, I hope you can join us for that. Something that is funded by your memberships and by your super chats and by our great channel sponsor. Well, let's see. It's just after 8 o'clock. We're in our final hour here. You are watching Runway DFW in color, live from DFW International Airport in Texas. My name is Walt. We're here with you 2-3 times a week usually. And we just bring you planes. We look at planes, we watch them take off, we watch them land, we talk about them, and we're glad you could be a part of our family here. So thanks for watching. Got another hour to go on Runway DFW. I ran out of things to say.
Worldwide Web!
I have line clear for takeoff 1 left, American 2269.
So there's that flight to Santa Ana, California. And what did I say? We're very close to seeing our third Sun Country plane, our second in the Tide Pod livery, taking off for Cancun. That'll be coming up. You're about to see a Delta plane there. It's an Airbus A319. It's going to Seattle. I'm sorry, it's going to Salt Lake City. I was wrong about that. This plane, once again, is going to Santa Ana, California. There goes the Tide Pod Sun Country. Tide Pod, I love that. Who came? Was it Karen Monson who let us in on that?
Delta 71 Tower, good morning, Romeo 18 left on us await.
If you're new to our channel, welcome. American Airline, or American and American Eagle Airlines dominate the traffic here because this is the home base of American Airlines. So you're going to see a lot of American and American Eagle aircraft here. I think somebody's...
Delta 71 RNAV B park from 18 left here for
I don't know if they're watering the grass there or... That may be what they're doing. We haven't had any rain here in a while. Going slightly mad is, I believe, renewing a membership there, or at least has an anniversary. Yes, the anniversary is 2 months of membership. Love the channel, Walt. Thank you. David S., a new subscriber. Thank you, David S. If you're not a subscriber and you don't, it's not, you're not ready for membership, a subscription helps us a lot, and it is free. And when you're a subscriber, you can get to chime in the chat room, because the chat room is subscribers only.
United 336, runway 18 left, line up await.
Line up away, 18 left, United 336.
That's the Delta flight to Salt Lake City. And there goes the Tide Pod livery. It's kind of hard to see. We're very backlit here in the mornings when there's no clouds in the sky. Well, this is flight 505. It's going to Cancun, Mexico. And it is the third Sun Country plane we've seen on the way to Cancun this morning.
United 336, RNAV B Park, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV B Park, United 336.
Now, I know American also flies to Cancun. I'm trying to think if there's any others. It could be that, I believe Spirit also flies there from here. Hey, it's a United jet, I do believe. This is an Airbus A319 off to San Francisco.
Good morning, 18 right to the land, wind 1908.
18 right, clear to land, American 12, 20 minutes.
Well, there is the Korean Air Dreamliner we talked about earlier in the broadcast. Today it is preceding the Japan Airlines 777. Which will be here within 30 minutes, I think. I was watching a live stream from Incheon Airport in Seoul just yesterday, I think it was. I think it was a World Aviation 4K channel. There's no narration. There weren't too many people watching at that moment, although I'm sure more joined in as the stream went on. They had a nice location overlooking the... Got a good look at a lot of the airport there in Incheon, and in the foreground there were a lot of planes that were parked. Some without tail fins, and some without engines, and some with the windows covered up. So this aircraft now headed over to Terminal D, the international terminal. It was a 12-hour, almost a 12-and-a-half-hour flight from Seoul. We got something to show you now that we weren't able to show you before because we didn't have a view of it. But we have some cargo being loaded into one of the 4 MD-11s that are...
Good morning, 18 right to the land, wind
in front of us.
1908
It's a little wider shot of that plane. Jeffrey Boo, channel member, saying, I watched that webcast yesterday too, Walt, referring to the Seoul. Yeah, it just kind of popped up on my feed, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I watched it for quite a while. A Aviation channel member says, I have to head out. Hope everyone's day is blessed and stay cool. We will do our best. Bill Platt wants to know, what was that channel name? I'm interested in that stream now. I believe it's World Aviation 4K. Although the stream I was looking at wasn't presented in 4K, but that's understandable. But I believe World Aviation 4K is what I was looking at there. We were talking about the word grackle earlier. So I can now present to you a grackle. Oh, left our field of view there. It's looking for some breakfast. I have a video on our channel on the videos page, which I think the title is just Grackles with a exclamation point. It has nothing to do with the airport. I was at a Walmart, which in this country is a big chain store, a big discount store. And it seems at a certain time of year, all the Walmarts have grackles in the trees in front of the store. I don't know if it's the lighting or the availability of food which gets disposed, I don't know, but and they make a lot of noise when they get together. So from a little bird to a big one.
Tower American 1034, visual 18 right.
American 1034, tower, good morning, 18 right to the land, wind 190 at 10.
And there was some good news yesterday regarding UPS, which, you know, we're looking at them loading a plane there. The Teamsters have come to an agreement with management to avoid what would have been a really disastrous strike, which would cripple the transportation of goods across the U.S. and the world. So happy to hear that on behalf of all the UPS employees. The pilots were going to, or had pledged to, not cross any picket lines. So that would have ended the flights, although I don't know if there would have been any flights anyway if they didn't have any packages being delivered by trucks. Airbus TAT, newest subscriber, thank you, Airbus TAT. Gonna swing the big camera around for a couple of Mexico arrivals, the first of which is American Flight 1122 from Cancun. So Sun Country does not have a monopoly on Cancun. This will be an Airbus A319. There it is.
American 1750 is with you on the visual 18 right.
American 1750, tower, good morning, Romeo 18 right to the land, wind 190 at
So momentarily we're going to be looking at Flight 1034 arriving from Guadalajara
American 1122 with you, Lima, cross
on a 737 800. Right here on Runway DFW. Douglas Serrano says Japan Airlines Flight 12 now over Wichita Falls. Which, if you take off from Wichita Falls, it's less than a half-hour flight, and of course they're flying at cruising speed now, so that Japan Airlines is, so they should be here in less than 30 minutes. And we'll be out of here in about 40 minutes, so that works out for us. So now I'm going to say, I think that either American Airlines is copying Sun Country or vice versa, because didn't we just see an American Airlines flight coming in from Cancun, an Airbus A319? Well, American Airlines Flight 1750, an Airbus A321, is on final approach from Cancun.
32 tower, good morning, runway 18 right to the land, wind 1 under 0 at 8. 20 right to the land, Dallas 696.
Got a bunch of planes coming in from Mexico. Behind the Cancun flight is one from Chihuahua, and there's one circling around from Silao and from Mexico City and Aguascalientes. Haven't looked at the flags today. There they are here at Founders Plaza. We are looking to the north here, and so the flags are flying with a gentle breeze from the southwest, it looks like. And we still don't have that, that flagpole on the left is still barren. I don't think Fort Worth has disassociated itself from the airport. Maybe they had some damage to the flag and they haven't replaced it yet. But there's the American, from right to left, American, Texas, and Dallas flags. The Fort Worth flag, normally on the leftmost flagpole, is not to be seen. We'll switch our view here to pick up this second flight from Cancun on American Airlines.
DFW Tower, American 2263 on the 18 right, Victor. Alaska 335 Tower, good morning, RNAV 2B, park from my 18 left rim pickup. American 2263 Tower, good morning, runway 18 right to the land, wind 19 or 0 at 12. 18 right to the land, American 2263.
In need of another sip of water. Stand by.
American 1750 Golf 8, hold shorter, runway 18 left.
Golf 8, hold short, 18 to the left, American 1750.
Alaska Airlines Flight 335 is going to Portland, Oregon on that 737-900.
American 1750, you're parking here in the one.
Affirmative.
Roger that, Golf 8, cross on my 18 left for American 1750, contact right on .85, see you.
Cross 18 left on Golf 8, ground American 1750.
Alaska 335, contact departure, we'll see you.
Have a good day, Alaska 335. American 1066 with your visual warning.
American 1066, tower, good morning, Romeo 18 right to the land, wind 190 at 13.
Ryan 18 right, American 1066.
Calvus 3290.
Joseph Swartz says, great show. Thanks again, Walt. You're welcome.
Okay, Golf 8, cross on my 18 left for Calvus 3296, underground .85, good day.
Alright, at Golf 8, cross only 3, 180 left, and then ground point.
Well, there's Michelle R.S., our channel member, moderator, and all-around nice person. One of our earliest supporters. Good to see you, Michelle. Hope you can be with us for at least a part of our special presentation next week on Monday afternoon, evening, and Tuesday morning. Moderator Bill Platt says 4 hard-boiled eggs and on my 4th Diet Pepsi. I'm going to be in trouble later. That's a lot of liquid. And caffeine, I guess. What have we here? Why, it's a 737 looking plane. Flight 2293 coming in from Silao in Mexico. And another 737-800 is right on its tail coming in from Mexico City. That'll be American Flight 1066.
American 2263, east or west? West. American 2263, Golf 8, cross on my 18 left.
Did I just do that? I guess I did. Sorry about that.
Golf 8, cross 18 left, ground point 35, American.
This is why I have multiple cameras, so you don't catch me swinging cameras wildly around as I go to the next shot, but sometimes I mess up. We're up to almost 300 likes, I see. That's always good. We've been hitting that mark quite regularly here on the channel, and that's very gratifying. The flight from Mexico City. We have a heavy jet On final approach, it's UPS Flight 2307 from Atlanta. It's a 767. Again, that's a plane we do not regularly see. Well, we don't see it regularly for passenger service here.
Make that Gulf 8 cross runway 18 left and contact ground on 0.85. Good day.
Gulf 8 cross 18 left, ground 0.85.
We don't see 767s or 757s in passenger service here. We do see them as cargo planes. But we're about to see a cargo version. And it's almost getting ready to cross over the highway. You see the cars there on the bottom of your screen. It's Highway 114/121. And the big 767 is just getting ready to cross over there, and as soon as it does, we should get a gander at it. Here it comes.
1998.
Well, our jingle singers have informed us that this is yet another 20th century plane. Still flying high and making itself useful. And since I'm a 20th century guy, I can relate. It's hard for me to consider the fact that there are people who have graduated from college who were not born in the 20th century.
UPS 2307 Heavy taxi Whiskey Kilo and Charlie to the ramp. Can you monitor ground on 0.85? Good day.
Whiskey Kilo Charlie, monitor ground, UPS 2307 Heavy. Good day.
Douglas Serrano says more heavies coming in. Yes, we have flight 996 from Buenos Aires, just about to check in. This is American Airlines. It'll be a Dreamliner 787-800. So 2 in a row as the heavies go. Our channel member Louis DeHaan is celebrating 3 months of membership. He says, Walt, UPS is hiring. Good for close-up footage. Yes, well, as we mentioned just a short time ago, I'm very glad to know that the labor issues have been resolved at UPS. This plane from Buenos Aires took off 10 hours and 36 minutes ago from the southern hemisphere. Buenos Aires, I believe it's known as the Paris of South America. Wide boulevards, very majestic city. Crazy inflation, though. Here comes that 767 we saw land a few minutes ago. I don't know why I'm doing that Bing Crosby voice.
Roger, cross 18 left, 0.65 American, 0.85. 0.85.
10.4 today.
Bing Crosby, an American singer and actor. And he was like he would. I think he had, you know, his a baritone voice, but when he was speaking, he was known to speak in kind of 2 octaves there. Or at least that's how impressionists would do his voice. Sarah Jane says, "Good day from Australia." Sarah Jane, good to have you as a member. Sarah Jane has been with us for 3 months as a member, and that's much appreciated, Sarah Jane. Thank you. And again, those memberships are fueling our foray into a new location next week. Monday afternoon in the central time zone of the U.S. and Tuesday morning. And those streams have already been posted as for you to check in on YouTube. And I hope you'll be able to join us. And again, the Monday stream is currently listed at, I believe, 7 o'clock Central Time on Monday, and that would be midnight Greenwich Mean, or not, UTC, I guess, as they say these days. And but I'm going to be moving that, assuming that we get on the air. You know, there's a lot of variables involved in a new location, but I think I have some pretty good confidence we'll be able to get on the air. So I've taken time off from my regular job so we can do an extended Monday late afternoon and evening broadcast. So do make sure you put the notification bell on, and I'm going to change out the graphic there as soon as I figure out what time we're going to start. I suspect it's going to be more like 5 o'clock Central Time. There's an American Eagle flight arriving from Peoria, Illinois. Not a heavy jet. I guess that would be a light jet, I suppose. The CRJ 900 LR. An hour and 41-minute journey. There's us, or me, standing on the grass. The grass is kind of not, it's not flat. So I think my feet are going to hurt after this broadcast. What we got there? We've got American Eagle Flight 3774. It is going to Corpus Christi on the Texas Gulf Coast. On that there, Embraer 175. How is air travel these days? Anybody traveled recently? I haven't been on an airplane since 2016. And of course, that was pre-pandemic. So I'm not real sure if things are getting better or worse. I know planes seem to be more crowded, at least that's what I hear.
hold short of runway 18 left, Golf 8.
Hold short of Golf 8, American 941 at 18 left.
I remember way back in the annals of history when I was a college student, I used to usually travel at night, you know, on the red-eye flights because those were the cheapest.
941 traffic hold cross 18 left, Golf 8, ground 0.85.
And so it was a little more room to stretch out, generally speaking.
American 941.
351 direct cross 18 left with Lima ground.
Flying on airlines that no longer exist.
American 520 times park today.
Go to departure, good day, American 520.
Well, there's that One World livery again. Now, I don't think this is a third plane. I think it's probably the second time we've seen the same one. This is American Flight 2128 going to McAllen, Texas. Yeah, we saw two One World liveries arriving earlier on the broadcast. And we're going to peel off from this because we're going to swing around and catch the Japan Airlines Flight 12. This will be a 777 arriving from Haneda Airport, and we have a new member, which I cannot acknowledge at the moment, but I will as soon as I can. So you hear the One World livery blasting off there in the background, but yeah, we want to take a look at the JAL flight coming in from Tokyo. This one's from Haneda Airport. In the air for 11 hours and 7 minutes. So I'm checking to see what flights are left before we go. Regrettably, I do not see any of our MD-11s taking off before we have to take off. So what a waste. Well, not a waste, because we got to look at them, but we got 4 of these planes here, and well, none of them are slated to take off whilst we are here. And even if they did, if they're going to Louisville, they might go over to the east side to take off. So there they are, the 4 MD-11s displayed in front of us for your viewing pleasure. Do we have all 4 of them in that picture? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Sorry. No, so there, let me get the logo out of the way there. Okay, there you have your portrait of 4 MD-11s. And as we all recognize, these will be out of service within a couple of years. And well, we'll just have to watch more boring planes take off and land, I guess. Happy to be able to bring you these while we can, though. That one's getting loaded up. This one's been pretty much idle. There may have been some activity on the other side of the plane that we weren't privy to.
American 83 east or west. American 83 holds shorter, 118 left to Whiskey Lima.
Shorter, Whiskey Lima, 18 left.
2612 cross, 118 right, hold short, 118 left.
Cross 18 right, hold shorter, 18 left, American 2612.
American 2195, 10 miles.
2195, DFW Tower, 118 right to the land, hold short, text to Bravo for crossing traffic.
Slow land, hold short, Bravo, American 2195.
We need to get back to our new member, Dhruv Chopra. I hope I'm close to saying that correctly. And Dhruv is coming to us from India. So nice to have you with us on the other side of the world. Luke Molds from New Zealand says, "Hey Walt, I flew on an ATR 72 Air New Zealand Star Alliance delivery from Wellington to Tauranga." And I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. That sounds like an adventure. Claudie Sayers says, "Good morning, Walt." Good morning to you, Claudie.
Golf American
2335 east or west.
Going east.
2335 Echo Bravo, hold short, 18 left.
Echo Bravo, hold short, 18 left.
Shadowness, the channel member, says, "Good morning to DFW Walt from Hamburg, Germany at 3:38 p.m. my time over there." 3:38. Sounds like tea time. Well, I guess it would be in across the channel.
Runway 3466, RNAV B Park, 18 left, for takeoff.
RNAV B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, Envoy 3466.
American 1953, DFW Tower, 18 left on a plate.
Line and wait, 18 left, American 1953.
Oh, wait, I see an MD-11 that has just lit up the radar. Peter Boldrista Vok, a new subscriber, thank you to you. So maybe we will, I don't know, sometimes, oh, now it's disappeared. Oh, that flight radar 24 was just teasing us. But I can assure you that I did see an MD-11 on the radar there, just for a brief shining moment.
Departure 3466, good day.
Not sure what we got going here. Oh, okay. Oh, we saw the flight from Anchorage come in earlier. It's going back to Anchorage. It's American Flight 399, an Airbus A321neo. Headed to the land of the midnight sun. Earlier in the show, we had a flight from Hawaii, our 49th state, coming in right before a flight from Anchorage, our 50th state. This aircraft, Flight 2195, lifted off from Salt Lake City a couple hours ago. Now it's here. I worked in Salt Lake City for for 1 year actually. We've got a couple things to look at here. One is this black smoke in the sky behind the west tower. Now that is there's nothing to be worried about because there is a fire training academy right in that vicinity, and well, they train with fire. And so we will occasionally see this thick black smoke rising from over there, which I can only imagine is very concerning to anybody who might be a passenger on a plane landing or taking off or taxiing, but nothing to worry about there. What we have to celebrate, however, is our prayers have been answered. One of the 4 MD-11s that we have currently parked over there is indeed being pushed back now. And as you can see, it's behind a wall, but a paywall. This is flight 2785. It's going to Louisville. We might as well let the jingle singers have their way while we can push that button without having to operate the camera.
A blast from the past, 1991.
So there you go. That's what we like to see. That's what I call going out with a bang. Vince Las Vegas, a member of Runway DFW, is saying good morning, Walton friends. An enthusiastic yay from our friend Chuck Tulsma. And again, if you weren't, maybe you had the volume down, you weren't listening to the explanation, but that smoke we were looking at is from a fire training academy, an airport fire training academy on the grounds of DFW Airport, alongside runway 13 right. Our friend and equestrian champion and channel member Raina Taylor says, hey everyone, sorry for jumping in on this stream kind of late, but I'm here. And we are glad you're here, Raina. Well, finally we can see it in all of its 20th century glory. MJ Scanlon, photographer, UPS MD-11 and 294 UPX, Delta X World Airways, Pratt & Whitney engines. Thank you, MJ. And as we like to point out, one of MJ's photographs has been preserved for immortality on a U.S. postage stamp.
2792, traffic holds cross 18 left, ground 185.
18 left, Golf 8 to ground American 2792.
4844 cross 21 left.
My recollection is that it was related to the subject was the Mississippi River. Maybe he'll fill you in on all that, but yeah, that's so cool to know someone who has found us, who is a whose work has been immortalized on a postage stamp.
Go ahead and cross 20 left with kilo traffic holds ground 0.85.
Cross 18 left, I listen to ground 0.85 and yes, that envoy 38 today.
Douglas Serrano says the MD looks good in the sunlight.
Envoy local 202, cross 18 left at Zulu, then ground 0.85 traffic holds.
Cross 18 left, 0.85 for envoy local 202.
So this is likely to be the only MD we get to see in action today, and it looks like it may be going over to the east side. We'll see. It's just nice to follow it around, give you a nice clear shot of it. And of course, as it's traveling this way, it's not all silhouetted like it would be when in the takeoff position over here. So, and this is when I always speak to our viewers of the future, as we say hello and welcome to Monica Bikesi, and we thank her for subscribing to this channel. So we talk to the people of the future and say, wouldn't you like to have been here to see this for real? Now that all the MDs have either been broken up or are in a static museum somewhere. So it comes to a pause for traffic on the, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes lined up to take off on runway 18 left. And there you see a plane coming in to land on runway 18 right. So that MD is kind of parked in between. I don't know, it depends. You might have to wait a while there for other planes to get out of the way. We may have to do our closing announcements and stuff before we can watch this plane take off, if indeed we get to see it take off. And that's flight 537 from El Paso landing in front of it. Nancy Bliven, or Bliven. Thanks for being a member of Runway DFW. Raina Taylor says, hey Walt, I'm sorry you won't be live this weekend, but can you please wish my parents a safe trip home from London this Saturday? They're flying out from Edinburgh to London first. And yes, unfortunately I haven't been able to be here for I wasn't able to capture their departure, and I won't be able to be here for their arrival either, regrettably. But yes, we do wish your parents a very safe and happy trip back to the States after what I'm sure was a fun adventure. Hippie Stylist. We have a Hippie Stylist who's our new member. Plane Spotting Production says they should use 18 right for UPS departures, and they have. I have seen that done. It's not common, but I have seen that done. Usually at a less busy time of the day. They've got they've got traffic coming in, they've got traffic going out. So the air controllers have to do what they need to do. And Nancy says, thanks to everyone for the warm welcome. Have been lurking for a while, figured it was time. Well, thank you, Nancy. And again, that means a lot to us, and your membership means that we can do things like we're going to do next week with our special presentations on Monday and Tuesday. Hope you all can join us for that. Well, we're just kind of waiting to see what's going on here. I think what I'll do now is to play our salute to our channel members. First of all, to say thanks, special thanks to our Runway DFW channel sponsor for our camera setup, for a financial investment in this channel. Thank you. And also to Kevin at Airline Videos Live, who has stoked us with batteries which keep our signal on the air. And as always, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation for making sure that we have one of the finest chat rooms on YouTube. Now, salute to members on Runway DFW. And again, these are members as of last night. I haven't been able to add in the new ones yet, so apologies for that. But thanks to all. As we were playing that, we had this second MD-11 pull out of the depot here. That's the first one. There's the second one. This one's also going to Louisville.
Golf cross point left 85, American 2080, good day.
1991.
And it harkens back to the year of 1991, 31 years ago. So it looks like I'm going to be late for work today. No, it won't be the first time. There's some grackles. So this one's churning. Into the sunlight. And that other MD-11 is still poised between runways 18 right and left, waiting for its opportunity to make its move.
2517 DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait.
Line up way, 18 left, American 2517.
It's kind of rare that we get to see two of these classic aircraft moving at the same time.
East, American 5061.
5061, taxi via Echo Alpha, hold short, runway 18 left.
Echo Alpha, 18 left.
2517 on half the D park, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 2517.
Envoy 3411, DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait. 18 left, line up wait, envoy 3411.
And American 1067, parking on the west side.
1067, roger. Envoy 3881, trying to park today.
Only 3881, see ya.
Envoy 3411 on half to the Laren, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff. RNF Laren 18 left, clear for takeoff, envoy 3411. South 3292, DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait.
Starting up 1515 with you, 18 right.
South 1515, DFW Tower, 18 right to the land, hold short taxi to Bravo, across the traffic.
Hold short of Bravo.
It's a busy place.
2517, coming forward today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 planes in position or moving into position to take off here on runway 18 left. So, as we pointed out, there's kind of a difference between this and between airlines and railroads, because on the railroads, the freight trains seem to always have priority because, well, mainly because the tracks are owned by the freight railroads, and then the passenger trains kind of scooch in when they can. Just kind of the reverse here.
What's 3983 RNF Laren, 18 left, clear for takeoff.
RNF Laren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, runway 3983.
Loris implores me not to be too late for work. Yeah. Like, technically, I can always start work from here. See where our battery is going. Our main battery is down to about 20%. Karen says, thanks for staying for both MD-11 takeoffs. Well, I don't know if I'll be here for both of them. I think I'll have to settle for one. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to go over the bridge to the east side, and if that's the case, I may just have to... oh, we have one on the move.
Heavy cross, 18 right, hold short, 18 left, traffic, 2.5 out.
American Local 819 Heavy, Whiskey Kilo, cross 20 right, hold short, 18 left, 2 out.
Envoy 3439, cross 18 left, ground 185.
Cross 20 left, ground 18 left.
Envoy 3327, cross 20 left, ground 185.
Cross 28 left, contact ground on the other side, runway 3327.
1395 east to west. 1395, cross 20 left at Whiskey Lima, Alpha, ground 0.80, top of the bridge.
Alright, cross 18 left at Whiskey Lima, Alpha, ground 0.85, that's the top of the bridge, right there. 80. 80, correct.
American 1561 and American 2560, cross runway 18 left at Alpha, ground 180, top of the bridge, call signs only. 3050, 2560.
Guess I need to get one of these on camera, don't I?
With 3983, kind of park today.
3983, good day.
Yeah, this one is headed over yonder bridge.
2649, DFW Tower, 18 right to the land, hold for taxiway Bravo, across the traffic.
Clear to land, 18 right, short of Bravo.
You walk away 19, go ahead and cross 18 left at Whiskey Kilo, traffic hold, ground 185.
American Runway 19 Head, whiskey 2, left line, left big side. Runway 3393 to visual land.
Just 1751 heavy, traffic 2.5 out, cross, runway 18 right, hold short, runway 18 left.
Cross point right, hold short 1 left, UPS 9761 heavy. Runway 3393, 1 heavy.
Runway 3343, DFW Tower, runway 18 right to the land.
Runway 1 right, thank you, runway 3343.
American 7 taxi via, hold short, 18 left to West Lima. American 1067, hold short, runway 18 left at Whiskey Lima.
Hold short of 18 left at Whiskey Lima, American 1067.
1304, and Blair, and 18 left, quick takeoff.
Up to Lawrence, up to takeoff, 1 left, American 1304.
2114, DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait.
Line up wait, 18 left, American 2114.
So yeah, if I were a betting man, I'm gonna say that both these planes are headed over to East DFW. But I'll give it a chance just to see if this one will make that turn, make a right turn on 18 right. Ah, that would be so great.
2114, RNAV to Blair, and 18 left, quick takeoff.
RNAV Blair, takeoff, 18 left, American 2114.
And 2046, DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait.
24.6 line up wait, 18 left.
Morning DFW Tower, Mike 698, visual 18 right, 13 miles.
American 698, DFW Tower, 18 right to the land, hold for the taxi, Bravo, to start the traffic.
18 right, hold for Bravo.
American 1304, and departure today. American 2621, landing traffic, hold 30 taxi, quick cross, runway 18 right it out, hold short, runway 18 left.
Cross 18 right at Alpha, hold short 18 left, traffic will hold for us.
American 2046, RNAV to B Park, runway 18 left, quick takeoff.
RNAV B Park, quick takeoff, 18 left, 24.6.
That was 4996, DFW Tower, 18 left, line up wait.
Cute seal. Fan of the UPS.
18 left, that was
1515, taxi via Echo Bravo, hold short, runway 18 left.
Echo Bravo short 18 left, 1515.
2114, trying to departure today.
2114,
Well, you're about to see another One World livery go through that shot. I guess that's the second of the two. So we've seen 2 land and now 2 taking off. We won't follow it along, but you'll just see it come into the shot there on the left. There it is.
15 American pull up just a bit.
Yeah, I don't know here. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. The other MD-11 is just about ready to take off on runway 17 right there on the east side. So I'm going to show you that, and then we'll sign off, because I got to get to work. So what's going to happen is we will, maybe we'll see both in the same shot here, because they do tend to take off kind of rocket-like. It's rolling now, the other UPS MD-11 on the east side. So it'll rise up behind those terminal buildings there. We'll follow it into the sky, and then we'll have to say adios. There it is.
1515, takes a left turn, Whiskey Mike, hold short 18 left.
Whiskey Mike, hold short 18 left, 1515.
With 3718, DFW Tower, 18 right to the land. With 3343, traffic hold across 18 left with kilogram.
Another one of those 45-degree takeoffs. Just estimating here, but that's what it seems like.
Lima ground 25.
Cross 18 left, Whiskey Lima over to ground, American 1067.
1515, cross 20 left, Whiskey Mike, Alpha.
Fareed Nagy, new subscriber. And I hope you'll come back for our next broadcast. I don't think I'll be here on the weekend. It's my grandson's birthday weekend. And so I will be otherwise occupied. But on Monday afternoon, don't forget, we'll be with you from a brand new location for us. I think it will give us a new view of the airport, and I hope you will enjoy that. But for now, gotta go. So we said thank you to all of our subscribers and our members and our benefactors. And so all that's left to do is to close things out.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
American 1552, DFW Airport, 18 left, line up way to American 1552.